Back with the gas tank. Let's do some paint prep. We're going to do some Bondo because you can see there's a couple spots that need it a bit. Trying to find the angle. You can see some of the dents. They're mostly all on this side, so let's get started. Alright, mixed up my Bondo on a cereal box because that was exciting. This is my first time ever doing this, so I feel like it went okay up top. I mean, there's a bunch of sanding, but it sets quicker than I thought. Worst case scenario, I'm just gonna have to redo that spot, so no big deal. While that's setting up, there's a couple areas here. They were super minor and I couldn't quite get it, so I'm just gonna take that off and we'll just use paint. So here we go. Alright, after a whole bunch of sanding, here is where I'm at. There's still a little bit of a divot in here. It kind of shows up on camera. I'm just going to bank on the edge primer to catch that. Also got this little piece done. Pretty good. Not too bad for my first time ever. This turned out okay. Again, I don't need this to be perfect. I just want it to be a little better than it was. And after I sand primer and sand the paint, I'm sure those little bumps will fill in. So it's actually the next day, so this has been curing, even though it doesn't really have to cure, but got the cover, got this going, thick filler paint in there, and let's start some more sanding. Alright, here we are after a lot of primer and a lot of sanding. You can see this guy mostly disappeared. I had some weird something happen right there, but I think when I get the paint and clear coat over it won't be too big a deal. And then those other bumps there, they're fine. It'll be okay. This side looks really good because it didn't have any dents on it. But overall, I'm pleased with it having just tiny imperfections. It's an old bike. It's got to have a couple of character flaws and imperfections. So gloss white, that's what we're doing. Just some Rust-Oleum. I am going to get some actual hardening clear coat when I do that. I just have to go to a different store to get them. And then the cap you can see over there is going to be gloss black. And when I do my side panels, they'll be white on top, and that little strip at the bottom will also be gloss black. And then the paint will look so good that my frame will look terrible, and I'll need to paint that. Alright, so here we go. Well, as you can see, the tank is coming out pretty good, and the top is coming out pretty good. I'm going to sand it one more time and do another coat because there's dust and junk on it. But I did make one mistake. Here we go. It isn't a Tony project without some mistakes. Yeah, you can already see. So I was really meticulous with the top, getting it smooth, getting it clean, using acetone, using alcohol, getting it nice and sanded and smooth and wire brushed. The problem on the bottom, I think I forgot that all I did was wire brush and sand, and I'm not even sure I even wiped anything up. And I got excited and started painting, and it's bad. I mean, good thing this is only the bottom, so like, who cares? And I can always like do it later. I don't really want to deal with it now. But yeah, it's so bad. Live and learn, you know. That's why I do this project. This is my learn how to do stuff project. So again, the top is looking real good. This is just one coat, and I need to do another coat. But yeah, the top is what I care more about. All right, let's keep going. Well, I spoke too soon. So you can see a little something right there. That's just, it'll come off with paper. It's dry now, but I think I got a little too excited. I did a light sand and then I wiped it down with some alcohol just to get any of the fuzzes off, like that one back there, and I must have just started too soon, and it you can see where I smeared it right there, and it's like already down to the well, okay, looks like I'm starting over because there's some there too. Well, great, this is exciting. So maybe if I could learn how to replicate this pattern and do that, what I did on accident on purpose, maybe that would look kind of cool. So just hitting it with the wire wheel for now, and then we'll go with some 40 grit sandpaper. There was quite a few spots. So, note to self, take my time. Alright, we're at the kitchen sink with the rear fender. We're going to start cleaning it. These metal parts will come out, but the rubbers don't come off very easy, so I'm just going to paint around them. But this thing is plenty gross, very, very faded. And so we're going to clean and sand, especially right up there. Just looks real bad. Clean and sand, here we go. Alright, fender is all cleaned and sanded. It's looking good. Okay, here's where I'm at. I'm going to start with my clear coat. I am using the 2K Max. I'm going to start warming up that can, shaking it, releasing the activator, shaking it some more, and then we'll see how it goes. I did change my tape up here. I figured I want this metal clear coated before it gets to the paint, so if you get fuel spillover, it can't get underneath the clear coat to the paint. At least that's my theory. So hopefully this will at least last a riding season. If I have to redo it next year, it'll just be another project. I don't know, maybe I'll get tired of the color and I'll just redo it anyway. Who knows, but here goes. Alright, so here's where we are at. It's looking great, except for a lot of mistakes. That's fine. I'm just learning, and making mistakes is part of the process, so I don't know if the camera will pick it up. You can see some really faint gray lines in there. That's from my sandpaper, because apparently I used really crappy low quality sandpaper that left, and I even wiped this thing down with isopropyl alcohol and dried it off real good. I got a little gung-ho with the can, and so I did get a little bit of drip right there. No big deal. I don't know where that came from. I didn't see that until I put the clear coat on. Like, it's real obvious now, and it wasn't there before. But then also, all that crap happened, and I don't know. I'm just gonna ride it, and we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, like I've said, I just have to redo it. But I'm still pleased with the outcome. Like, it still looks really good. I mean, from here it looks amazing. just don't look close. I did get a couple of contaminants. There's like a little guy here. But it's because I'm doing this outside. I've just got a covered parking, so. But it's looking good. I'm getting the rest of my other stuff put together. I still got to get my side panels. Those will be next. Now we're getting on to the side panels, so you can really see in this light. Like, I removed the sticker, I got all the goo off. You can see just how faded that paint is. It's so bad. Like, on top you can see it's red up there because that's covered by the seat. But then sun faded. This other one's worse because it's got, like, you can see like the clear coat's peeling. Oh yeah, there you go. Clear coat's peeling off. And these are going to be, this section will all be white up here, same color as I'm doing the rest. And then I'm going to leave this bottom part black, but I'm going to do a gloss black, just like I'm doing with all the other black parts. So we'll have things that are white, things that are shiny and chrome, and things that are gloss black. Be fun. Alright, we're taping masked off. It's interesting that the base coat was actually the red and that the black went on top. That's interesting. I'm actually going to be, I mean, not necessarily doing the opposite, but just doing gloss black. Got it kind of lazily masked off, and then when that dries, we'll do some white. Alright, the black turned out really good. I'm pleased with it. Looking really awesome. We're gonna start taping, and let's get some white. It's gonna look awesome. Alright, the big reveal before it rains. Getting a little bit of thunder. So I did get some new mirrors put on there. Dime City Cycles. Pretty awesome. I got that front emblem painted. Don't look too close. It doesn't look super great. Here's my radiator cover, right? Again, in a previous video, I talked about Tony Casio, who he makes those, and then that little white emblem can pop out. You can paint it whatever color you want. I chose the black powder colored, or black powder coated. There we go. But yeah, here we go. White tank. We zoom in. I decided to go a black cap. I'm gonna have to redo it because it keeps bubbling. Whatever. It looks great from this side, so I'm filming from this side. And those emblems, saw in a different video where I redid those emblems. Decided on a white and gloss black. Well, gloss white and gloss black. Again, my tape job wasn't fantastic, so don't look too close. Tail light is definitely, or tail is definitely the biggest difference because it was so faded. But yeah, it's looking awesome. And with the seat all redone, it's just looking really good. I actually like the way that logo looks with that other logo on the radiator. It's awesome. And then I got the valve covers all polished, so this thing is just ready to rock. I don't know if I showed completely in the back, but I repainted the Honda. Got that repainted. It's looking awesome. It's almost a shame that I have to put a license plate on because I repainted that bracket gloss black and it looks really cool against the rear fender. But there it is, and it runs great. It ran great last year too. I've got the carbs all ultrasonic cleaned, so there it is. It's running real good. Now time to enjoy the season.